Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. I am excited to be here today. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. I am excited to be here today for this masterclass. Thank you for coming. So, this masterclass is called From Zero to 10,000 Subscribers 3 Secrets to Growing a YouTube Channel That Actually Gets Views. Now, if that is something that you are looking to do for your YouTube channel, let me know in the comments. Say, that is me right now. Okay. So, in this masterclass, I'm going to teach you how you can launch a successful YouTube channel from scratch without the overwhelm and burnout. And by the end of our time together, you're going to learn how it is possible in 2021 to easily grow an audience using YouTube. So, I'm going to be giving you and teaching you actionable strategies that you can do today. So, buckle up, get ready, because this is going to be a fun one. Now, of course, for showing up live, thank you. I want to give you my show up live bonus. Go to morganstradling.com/YouTube money guide. And this is my ebook that I created, 30 ways to make money on YouTube. I know that's one of the things that people are interested in is starting a YouTube channel, but you just don't want to do YouTube just to do YouTube. You also want to make a little money from it. So this will give you some ideas and 30 different ways that you can actually make money from your channel. All right. And before we get started, I want to make sure that we turn off all distractions. I have my phone right here. I'm actually putting it on do not disturb mode. I encourage you to do the same. So that way we can be focused. We can spend our time together very, very focused on learning so you can help improve your channel and help you achieve your YouTube goals. Now, if you are watching this, I encourage you to share it on Instagram. Take a quick photo or a little video and tag me at Morgan Stradling and then use the hashtag 3 secrets to YouTube. After this masterclass, I will be sharing those on my Instagram as just excited to see everyone who's watching live. Okay, so before we get started, I want to kind of whet our palate a little bit and show you what's possible with YouTube. And so I call this the oldest video exercise. And what the oldest video exercise is it allows us to take a trip down memory lane and see our favorite and most successful YouTubers, but we get to look at them before they were successful. So let me know in the chat who are your favorite channels and your favorite YouTubers. I'm always really curious to see what you guys watch. There's such an array of talent on YouTube. And so it's really interesting to see who are your favorite YouTubers. So you're going to pick one of your favorite YouTubers and you're going to go to their YouTube channel. So this is one of mine. This is Jaclyn Hill. I've been watching her since 2013. She's a makeup guru, does beauty makeup videos, and I think she's just the greatest. She's really funny. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to their videos and go to their channel and click on the videos tab. Once you click there, go on the right-hand side, and then I want you to click sort by and then oldest. So right now we're seeing their most recent videos, and obviously they have their act together. They're successful, they're popular, they have really nice thumbnails and tons of views. But I want to go back from the very, very beginning to where it started. So if we sort their videos by oldest, that's where we're going to see where the true humble beginnings of YouTube started. So looking right here, you can see her first videos. Her very first video is this Kim Kardashian holiday makeup tutorial. And this is hilarious, this video actually. This is her very first video. It's filmed nearly in the dark. She is in the dark with just one light on her face, and she's teaching you a makeup tutorial. And it's actually a pretty good makeup tutorial. But this just goes to show that even the big dogs, their first content wasn't perfect. It wasn't polished. It wasn't even that great, but we all have to start somewhere. And if they can do it, why not you? So I want you after this masterclass to go do this for your favorite YouTubers. Go find their oldest videos and watch them. And you really will be surprised that they started somewhere and it really wasn't that great. And so that also gives us a lot of motivation that, we can grow and we can get to their level as well. So there may be a few reasons that you came to this webinar today, and let me know in the chat which one you are. So reason number one, you feel that video and YouTube is the key to your next phase of growth, but you're overwhelmed and you don't know where to start. You're super pumped about YouTube, but the whole idea of it just prevents you from starting. Or maybe you already are very successful on social media and you have other social media platforms that you're growing on. And You feel tapped out by other social media platforms. You're ready to grow an audience using YouTube so that way you can reach more people. Okay, so hey, I'm really successful on Instagram. I'm successful on TikTok. I'm ready for YouTube. That's my next step. Or number three, you're already on YouTube, but you feel super frustrated with YouTube. It seems no one's watching your videos and you're not growing no matter what you try. So, which one of these are you? Are you a number one, where you're excited about the potential of YouTube but overwhelmed? Are you a number two, where you're ready to expand your reach using a brand new platform of YouTube? Or you're number three, frustrated but you're not willing to give up? You want to keep going. And you could be a combination of those two, or you could be a number four. If you're a number four, let's type four in the comments and then what exactly you are. So, whichever your motivation for being here today, I want you to know that I fully support you and I'm excited to help you on your journey. So, a little bit about me. My name is Morgan Stradling. I've been on YouTube since 2013, and YouTube actually wasn't my dream. It wasn't my goal. My whole thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to be in the corporate world. To me, that was the epitome of success, is getting a big corporate job, working for a big corporation, and just climbing that corporate ladder. So this is me and my family. Obviously, we have a new baby James. We haven't taken family photos yet, so I just had to stick him right in there. I got my MBA in 2014, and then I went and I worked for GoDaddy for 6.5 years. And while I was there, I started as a program manager, and then I eventually worked my way up to a senior product manager where I had my own products and basically I was the CEO of my own little product suite, which was great because I was able to do, everything from the marketing to the product development to customer interaction. And it was amazing. And one of the things that I ended up doing as being a product manager is I would make my own videos to promote my products. My products were super small. I didn't have a team. I was a team of one. And so I'd have to get the word out there to my products to the sales teams. So I would make videos, and you can see right here in the top left, that's for one of my products called SEO services. And I was just made a little quick informational video to let the sales reps know, hey, this is our new service. It's amazing. You should check it out and sell it to any customers that you think are a good fit. And then right before I ended up leaving, GoDaddy did a big company-wide talent call or casting for the hosts of their YouTube channel. And so I threw my hat in the ring and I ended up being selected as one of the co-hosts for their YouTube channel, specifically for a program they have called The Journey. So YouTube has always been something that even in my corporate job, it wasn't something that I sought out, but YouTube found me. Right here, I actually have another YouTube channel. It's called Rotoscopers. It's a channel for animation addicts where we talk about movies and reviews, and we just like to enjoy talking about the films that we grew up with and that we love. And this is my first YouTube video. If we were to go back, this is the very first video that I did with my friend Chelsea back in very, very late 2013. And it's interesting because I had zero interest in YouTube. I said, no, we're already doing the podcast. We had a podcast that we did at the time and we still do. I'm like, we're doing the podcast. That's enough as it is. We just don't have time for YouTube. But eventually she did convince me and we were able to grow our channel. Within the first year, we grew to 10,000 subscribers. And even with less than 10,000 subscribers, we were able to get recognized and be seen as an authority and an expert by the different companies for the movies we talked about. So Disney invited us to cover the red carpet or the white carpet, if you will, for the Frozen world premiere. And this was seriously the epitome of everything for us because we were such big Disney fans and Frozen fans. And just to be seen and recognized as an expert and someone, that of all the other channels with hundreds of thousands of views, they selected us. And they didn't select us because of the podcast. They found us because of our YouTube channel. And that really is the power of YouTube. So just, recapping, I have two YouTube channels. Each of them hit 10,000 subscribers within the first year. And in total, they have 46,000 subscribers. And today, for my own personal channel, clients find me from YouTube. All sorts of clients. I have clients where they find my videos and they email me and they say, hey, can you make videos for our YouTube channel? And that's how I get clients and I make videos for other people's YouTube channels. I also do one-on-one coaching and I coach people on how to improve their YouTube channels and how to grow. And the great thing about YouTube is always on. I produce evergreen content that really does the work for me while I sleep. And it creates funnels for my customers to find my videos and then find a way to work with me. So I am all in on the power of YouTube, and you can be too. I just want to ask the question, can you imagine what it would feel like if your videos were actually getting views months after you posted them and you are bringing customers into your business? Now, if you don't have a business yet, that's okay. We'll get you there, but imagine if you're releasing videos on your channel and they're actually getting views and they're actually being seen and you're being seen as that authority in your industry. So, I believe that YouTube is the most powerful way to increase your influence. Just like that example with Frozen, having a YouTube channel, even just a small and mighty YouTube channel, is so, so powerful and just it allows you to be seen as the go to expert in your space. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about why exactly this is possible. So, just to recap where we're going to be going on our journey here today. So, we're going to talk about a few secrets to help you grow on YouTube. Secret number one, the top 3 YouTube myths that keep you stuck. Secret number 2, how brand new channels can get views. Secret number 3, why most YouTubers fail and how to avoid it. And then we're going to talk about an opportunity to work with me directly. And lastly, we're going to do live Q&A. So throughout this, if you do have questions, let me know in the chat. We are going to be taking note of everyone's questions. So whether it's anything about YouTube, just type them in the chat and we will get to them at the very end during the Q&A. So let's talk about myth or secret number 1, which is the top 3 YouTube myths that keep you stuck. So, myth number 1 is it's too late to start a YouTube channel. If you have thought this, let me know in the comments. Say, yes, is it too late or is it not too late? It's a myth. So let's talk about why it's not. So, YouTube has 2 billion users worldwide. 1 billion hours of video are watched every single day, and 500 hours are uploaded to YouTube every single minute. YouTube is powerful and it's growing and growing and growing. Unlike other social media platforms, specifically like Twitter, Twitter had this big wave in 2013, 2012, and then it just sort of died. Obviously, there's still people on Twitter, but it's not the place that people go anymore. I have a Twitter account. I don't use it anymore. Twitter is dead to me. It's just not a fun place. I don't like going there. If you feel the same way about Twitter, let me know in the chat because that's an example of a social media platform where a lot of people spent a lot of time and energy to grow their accounts and only to have it just be like it's not dead, but it's not growing like some of these other social media platforms, specifically YouTube. YouTube actually is growing more and more and more every single year. And the reason is it's because people are ditching cable and they're turning to alternative forms of media for entertainment and education. Right? If you have cut your cable and you are a cable cutter, let me know. Put hashtag cable cutter in the chat because people just don't have cable anymore. It was the big thing 10 years ago, 20 years ago, but now people go to YouTube. They go to YouTube, they have their favorite channels, they find their education, you get your news there. There's a big variety that you can choose from. And even then, you can get educated. It's the place where I want to learn how to change a leaky pipe or how to, change the brakes on my car. I can go to YouTube and find that information all in one place. And the other great thing is YouTube actually prioritizes new and fresh content over old content. It doesn't make its own content. It relies on the users to provide that content. And so it is trying to incentivize people to make new content, fresh content. So by doing that, it's going to prioritize those in the algorithm. So even more reason to to start on YouTube. All right, YouTube myth number 2 is that YouTube is too saturated. Now, I want to ask some hypothetical questions. So imagine if Elon Musk thought that the car market was too saturated. Or if Jeff Bezos, who's the CEO of Amazon, thought that he didn't stand a chance selling books against Barnes and Noble and Borders. And lastly, if Jamie Kern Lima thought that there were too many foundations in the beauty market. If all these people, saw, hey, there's already people out there doing that, I'm not going to go out there and do that as well. So if they didn't, we wouldn't have these amazing companies today. Tesla has a market cap of $93 billion compared to Ford, which is $37 billion. So this company is less than 20 years old and it's 3 times more, has a higher market cap than Ford, which is a 100-year-old company. Amazon, we all know and love Amazon. It has a market cap of $1.2 trillion. And then It Cosmetics, this is a cosmetics company that Jamie Kern Lima formed. She's known for a very, very foundation that covers, all your imperfections. It was much different than anything out there. And she sold her company to L'Oreal for $1.2 billion, less than 10 years after starting her company, which is pretty cool. So it just shows that, hey, just because someone else is already doing something doesn't mean that can stop you, and you can't be successful as well. So I want to ask, when it comes to your YouTube channel, do you have a new idea? Do you have a new niche? Do you have a new perspective, a new method, a new personality, or something, a new value, something that is just different than what is out there today? And I want to show some examples that are within the past year of YouTube channels in very saturated, areas or industries that have done really well. This is Nick. He has an account called PokeRev, and basically what he does is he opens up Pokemon cards on his channel. That's all that he does. And he actually has grown significantly. Here's one of his videos that has a couple million views. Um, if you know which Pokemon that is on that Pokemon card pack, let me know in the chat. You are definitely my people if you know which Pokemon that is. So here's a little bit about him. His first video was uploaded December 2019. He got his first 1,000 subscribers nearly just less than a month later. His first 100,000 subscribers came around his year mark. And currently he has 380,000 subscribers. So even from when he hit 100,000 about 6 months ago to now, he has had nearly 300,000 subscribers since then. He has just had this huge trajectory on his channel. Now, this really goes to show that there is always room for the best. Even if something has been done 100 times before, if you're coming in and you are the best, you have the best ideas, you have the freshest content, you have a new style, whatever, the market will open up and make room for you. So there is possibility and there is a chance. And so here's even another example, except for I need to update. I included the wrong screenshot, but there's another account called Deep Pocket Monster. And this is by someone named Pat Flynn. Pat Flynn is an entrepreneur, an online entrepreneur, and he just did this as a way to have a fun outlet. He loves Pokemon cards. He loves doing that with his children. And so he decided, hey, there is a gap in all of these Pokemon card videos that they don't really have high quality. A lot of them are just one camera sitting in front, just talking, opening the cards. I think I could do something a little bit different. And so his are very vlog style. They have a lot of footage and B-roll. There's a lot of work that goes into his videos, but that's what the market wanted and that's what they needed. He creates these high quality cinematic and Pokemon card videos for his Pokemon card collecting and investing journey. He started a year after Nick from PokeRev. On my birthday, December 20th, 2020, about a month later, he had 1,000 subscribers in 2021. And he hit his first 50,000 subscribers in June, just last month, and already has 61,000 subscribers. And it's been only a few months since he started his channel. Just goes to show these are two guys that are in the exact same niche. They do the exact same thing. And there was room for the best. And both of them were able to be the best, right? And there are a lot of people out there doing what you're doing, but I want to emphasize one more time that there really is only one of you. That is your secret sauce. And that is one thing that will help you and can help you stand out on YouTube. So if you feel that you are the best there ever was, and you do have something to offer to your audience or to people on YouTube, I want you to type "that's me" in the chat. All right. So while everyone is typing that, I'm going to take a quick drink before moving on to myth number 3. So myth number 3 is that I need fancy equipment to get started. Raise your hand if the lack of equipment has held you back from YouTube. Let me know in the chat. I know a lot of people think that you need to have the perfect YouTube gear, and this, I compiled a list of the perfect YouTube gear, but really this is like on the low end of the perfect. I mean, this is just like entry level starter. People think they need a really nice camera at $650. They need a nice lens to go with it. They need some lights and a microphone and tripod and an SD card. Once you start, doing all of that and buying all those things, it really adds up. At this point, you're nearly $1,700 in, and you probably haven't even made a video yet. And I know this happens because I've had lots of people message me saying, "Hey, I love your videos. I'm not ready to start yet because I don't have the gear that I need." And I'm just like, You don't need the gear. You don't need the gear. I actually sold all of my YouTube gear when I left my corporate job because I wanted to get a computer. And I have just been using a very simple mirrorless DSLR. Doesn't have, I'm just using the kit lens. And I've been doing that for nearly 2 years. But here is what I call the video trifecta. You need these three things if you want to be successful on YouTube. You need lighting, you need video, and you need something that captures audio. That's it. If you have those three things, that really is the sweet spot. Now, if you have, let's say, great lighting and great video quality, but the audio is garbage, well, people can't hear. They're probably not going to stick around because it's just what's the point, right? Now, if you have great lighting and great audio, but your video is just, from your old handheld camera, or it's really pixelated, or let's say you're doing a makeup tutorial in or in the dark, well, that's lighting. People can't see. And lastly, if they have great audio and great video, or you're doing a makeup tutorial in the dark and you have no lighting or bad lighting, then they can't really see what's happening, right? We want to avoid, for YouTube, you don't want to have two of the three. You really need three of the three, okay, to be successful. Not saying you can't, but we want to find the sweet spot in the middle. And here's how you do it with your equipment. It's very, very simple. You most likely, you just need a window. Okay, I'm sitting here in front of a window that's open. It has nice natural light that's flowing. It's illuminating my face. Now, you need a phone to capture your video. And guess what? The phone also captures the audio. Boom, you got that. You are ready to get started on YouTube. And you really just need one piece of equipment to get started. And you probably already have it. Most of us, if you're watching this somehow, you either have a computer or, most of us do have the ability to have a smartphone. We're very blessed in that way. And so if you have this, this is all that you need to get started. Now, if you understand that you have all the gear that you need to get started, type "I have the power" in the chat. And if you know where that quote comes from, let me know. Type in the chat as well. Who said, "I have the power"? So, just to recap all these myths, it's not too late to start. It's not too saturated, and you don't need anything else. You can do this and you can get started right now. All right? Capiche? Cool. All right, let's move on to secret number 2. And this is exactly how brand new channels can get views. So if you are multitasking and maybe you're watching another YouTube video or you're doing something, you're scrolling Instagram, I want you to come back to me, quit multitasking, because this is really, really important. This is going to be things that you can do as soon as you get off this masterclass. You can start applying this to your YouTube channel. Okay, so YouTube actually is the number 2 search engine in the world. People don't really know that, but YouTube is a search engine first and foremost. And you can see this on the top of every single screen on YouTube. There's that search bar up at the top, because that is how you're able to dive in and find information, find the videos that you're looking for as you go up and you search. And YouTube is actually owned by the number 1 search engine in the world, which is Google. Google specifically purchased YouTube because it knew that that was the way that it was going to be able to tap into the power of video and use its search capabilities and expand that into the video market. And YouTube, as we've seen, has continued to grow and become very successful as a result. Now, YouTube users, they do rely on YouTube and search a lot. 51% of YouTube users say that YouTube is very important for things they haven't done before. So if I'm learning how to cook a new recipe, if you're a YouTuber or a YouTube user, you're going to go to YouTube and find out how to do that. They're really bought in on the YouTube ecosystem. And in general, 88% of purchases begin with a search. If I'm going to be buying, let's say, this cup right here, then before I, spend the $40 on this tumbler, I might want to see what other people say. Maybe there's a different brand, and I'm going to do some research before I finally make that purchase. Now, why do we trust Google and YouTube so much? Why is it that they are our number 1 place we go for search, right? Why don't we use some of these other ones like Ask Jeeves or MSN or Yahoo? Those were kind of big back in the day, but really YouTube has been king and Google has been king. And the reason is because they have proven time and time again that they provide the best answers to our questions. Plain and simple. That's as simple and easy as it gets, is their whole job and their whole business model is I'm going to provide the best answer to whatever question you type into our search bar. And it makes sense, right? Because they've done this so much that we inherently trust them. I know when I go to Google and I type in best chicken noodle soup recipe, that they're actually going to give me they're going to give me the best chicken noodle soup recipe. They're not going to give me a recipe for, ratatouille, or they're not going to, have a random video on how to fix a car, right? They are making sure that the answer uh, relates to the question, right? It's relevant. And so here's an example of something that I was struggling with and the power of YouTube. Now, I like to make bath bombs. I love to take baths and I love Lush bath bombs, but they're like $8 to $10 each. That's a lot. So I decided, I'm just going to make my own. So I make my own bath bombs. They're much more cost effective. I love them. But I had this problem that the bath bombs weren't sticking together. So you have these two molds and you put all the salts and the Epsom salts and everything in there, and then you push them together. You hold them for a few seconds. And when you take the molds off, you have a very nice globe black bath bomb. And that wasn't happening for me. I put them together and immediately it would just crumble and fall out. And I was super frustrated. I tried lots of different recipes and tried to modify things. I was getting nowhere. So where did I go? I went to YouTube. Now, once I typed this in, I saw this lady. This was the number one search result at the top, right? Of course, there are other ones that show up, but hers was number one. It had 38,000 views and it says troubleshooting bath bombs. And the title, Bath Bomb Troubleshooting, Why Some Work and Others Don't. And I said, yes, this is me. How come it works sometimes and other times it doesn't? So immediately I clicked on her video. I watched it. It's about 17 minutes long. And she has this great, thorough explanation of here's what you're doing wrong. Here are things to consider. Here's how to fix it. And ever since, I haven't had my bath bomb non-sticking problem again. And this really shows that if you're able to appear at the top of search results, there is that people are inherently going to trust you and trust your answers, right? In her video, it's not necessarily the best video. It's just her in her kitchen. The lighting, she has no lighting. It's just her overhead fluorescent lights. It's really not great. But the information is good, and that's all that matters. And you can see on her channel is called Desert Cloud Soapworks Tutorials and Reviews. And she actually has an Etsy shop. And that's one of the things that she teaches you, how to make these things, troubleshooting, how to make soaps and lotions and bath bombs. But hey, if I watch your videos and then I realize, hey, I don't really want to do this myself, you already know, like, and trust her because she's provided such great content, then you're probably going to just go to her Etsy shop and purchase and buy directly from her. And that really goes to show the power of YouTube is that, hey, if you have videos that are ranking in search and people are trusting you, it's an easy way to funnel people into your business because you're an authority in those people's eyes. And YouTube positions you as the expert, just like we were able to be seen as the expert in Disney publicity when they were looking at all the different companies they wanted to invite to the red carpet. There's a very limited amount. They invited us, and they actually continue to invite us to Big Hero 6 and to a bunch of Pixar films. And so it was just the beginning. But we were seen as an expert, and YouTube gives you that ability. And I think it's just super, super awesome and amazing. Now, how do you do this? That's great. How do I get to the top of the search results? So this is where the YouTube algorithm comes into play. Now, if you are familiar with the YouTube algorithm, or you love the algorithm or you hate the algorithm, let me know. Do you love it? Is it a thumbs up or is it a thumbs down for you? Because what I found is that most people don't like the algorithm, right? And it's because the algorithm doesn't help them. But what I found is that you hate the algorithm until the algorithm starts working for you, and then you love the algorithm. The algorithm is your best friend. You have nothing bad to say about the algorithm. It's because, hey, the algorithm's on your side. So how do we do that? So to do that, we need to understand how the algorithm works. And this is one of my absolute favorite quotes. I think it applies to nearly anything in life, but you have to learn the rules of the game and then you have to play better than anyone else. And that was from Albert Einstein. So with the algorithm, we have to learn, what are the rules of it? And then we have to play better than anyone else. So here's how the algorithm works. There's two parts to the YouTube algorithm. There is the reactive side and the proactive side. Now, the reactive side is YouTube search, meaning it's reacting to what people are searching. So people have a question, they are looking for a topic, they type in the search bar, and then the YouTube search results appear and say, okay, here you go. With YouTube search, it's actually pretty steady traffic. For the most part, traffic for various search terms, they don't really fluctuate month to month unless there's some trend or something that disrupts it. Um, and this is however, it is limited to the number of searches, right? So I can only appear here in the number of searches that I'm appearing in. The other part of the YouTube algorithm is proactive, right? So this is where I'm not searching this content out at all. I'm minding my own business. I open up the YouTube app or I go on my computer and YouTube pushes videos out in front of me. These are called browse features. This is on your home page, on your subscription page, the suggested bar on the side. This is where YouTube is proactively pushing that out to you. And, as a result, since it's there, it entices you and you click. Now, this is where your viral potential happens, because if people start clicking these videos and they like it, well, YouTube's going to push it out to even more of an audience, and then more of an audience and more of an audience, because it realizes that, hey, people are really liking this video. And so that's where the YouTube algorithm is on your side. So let's talk about SEO, because SEO is that reactive side, but I believe it is so important to get that right, because that's where you actually stand a chance initially as a small channel. If you are a bigger channel, or if you're a small channel, it's harder to get pushed in the algorithm because you're basically an unknown. YouTube doesn't know who you are at that point. So we kind of need to go on a few dates with YouTube to show them who we are, what our videos are about. And the way that we do that is by ranking in search. And by doing that consistently time and time again, YouTube is then going to say, okay, I know what you're about. Maybe I'm going to push this content out to more people. So let's talk about the definition of SEO. SEO is three different things. There's kind of three components of the definition of SEO. SEO is the work that goes into showing search engines that you are the most relevant answer and trusted source to queries related to your product or service. So let me break that down again. SEO is the work. It is work that you have to do to your videos. There's a formula and a process that you have to do to be ranked. And then once you do that work, search engine optimization, SEO, there's two things that you have to have. There's two components. You have to show that you're the most relevant answer, right? So if I'm typing how to make chicken noodle soup, my video about chicken noodle soup actually shows up, not my video about dog grooming, right? And then I'm the most trusted source. So how do I show that I'm trusted? On YouTube, the way that you do that is by people watching the whole amount of your video. That is your watch time, your audience retention, and then the engagement. Are they liking it? Are they commenting it? Are they, those are the indicators that people trust your video and they're liking your video. So how do we do this? Let me show you an example of how you can do this even as a very small YouTube channel. So when I was first starting my new YouTube channel, I wasn't really sure what I wanted it to be on. So I was kind of experimenting with various topics. And for my very second video, I wanted to do a video on EveryDollar. EveryDollar is an app that teaches you, it's a budgeting app. It's from Dave Ramsey. I absolutely love it. I use it all the time. And I thought, this is something that I easily could share with other people. It'd be a great, easy video for me to make. And frankly, the other videos that are out there, when I typed in this search term, they weren't very good. So, this is the search results today, but this second one right here, this is where, this was the number one video when I was initially doing my keyword research for this topic. So you can see this girl, how to use Dave Ramsey's EveryDollar. This video has 165,000 views. It's over 3 years old, yet she only has 386 subscribers. So I saw that and I was like, okay, that's an indicator that this is a video that's very highly searched, right? So if you see videos in the search results for when you're doing research, should I make a video on this topic or not? And you see that it has very, very high views, but the person who made it has low subscribers, that's an indicator that, okay, most likely this person's subscribers aren't the ones that led to all this. Instead, people are probably searching this and finding it very, very helpful. No one had done a video on this. And so I said, okay, I can make a video that's better than this. So I released my video, and you can see at the time, this has double the views now, but it had 36,000 views and it ranks number one. And even more interesting is the number three video that was showing up was a video that didn't even have anything to do with, it didn't even say every dollar in the title. It didn't have it in the thumbnail. It didn't even have it in the description. So YouTube was like, there's really not anything great for this topic, but I guess this works. And so they put Rachel Cruz's video. Now, Rachel Cruz is Dave Ramsey's daughter. So she is trusted by YouTube because she has 217,000 subscribers. So it makes sense that her videos would have more views, right? And since she is trusted, that's why she's appearing in other search results that maybe aren't an exact match. But because there wasn't a better option at the time, it was good enough. And YouTube really, it only has a certain pool of videos to choose from. And it's going to take those videos and say, okay, well, it's not the greatest, but I'm going to rank these. And here we go. So here is the sweet spot formula for ranking in YouTube search. So if you are multitasking, I want you to come back to me and take notes. This is super important. This is going to be the key to YouTube success in the search. So when you're in YouTube, you're looking for two things for a video. You're looking for high search volume, meaning people are actually searching the thing that you want to rank for, right? You don't want a video that has zero search results. If zero people are searching it, why are you making a video on that topic? Literally, no one is searching this thing. So you're not going to rank in search because there are no searches for that thing, right? And then you want to have low competition. Yes, it's great if the search volume for something has millions of views, millions of searches per month. Great. But usually those have high competition. Everyone and their mom are making videos about that. So the sweet spot is where you have medium to high search volume and low competition. Okay. So if not that many people are making videos on it, but a lot of people are searching it, boom, that's an opportunity for you to come in and start ranking in search. Now here, with this example, this was what I was able to do. Here is my video. You can see right here, this was the second video on my channel. I really want to emphasize this. This was the second video on my channel. I was not an expert in the finance space. My channel wasn't about finance. And initially the video was not doing well. For the first 65, 70 days, you can see that it was basically flatlined. There were some days that this video got 0 views. And I was bummed because it was a really good video. I knew that it was better than the other videos out there. But with YouTube, sometimes you just need time. You're in a dating relationship with YouTube, and it kind of needs time to say, oh, do I like this person? Do I not? And so don't worry if your videos aren't ranking right away. But you can see after I started getting more time, then the video got picked up in the search results and because the search volume for that is pretty steady month over month, it's just been a consistent video on my channel and has just been getting very, very consistent views every single day. Now you can see right here, this blue line, this is the YouTube search. So you can see right at the end of December, this is where the video started to take off. And it makes sense because around the beginning of the new year, people are wanting to have New Year's resolutions. Maybe they want to get out of debt. They want to save more money. So it makes sense that this video would help people with those goals and they'd start searching it more. And so people were searching it more. It started appearing in the search results. I got a ton of traffic daily, from the search results. And then it just continued to do very well in search. But with that, and on top of that, search wasn't the only source for these views. As I was able to prove myself in search first, then that's where this video started to be suggested, that green line. And then some of these other features, which are the more the more proactive, YouTube now pushes my video out where initially it wasn't. So you see why search is so important. If you're able to build a foundation of search for your YouTube channel, all those other really great things like being proactively promoted by the algorithm will be able to come. So here's an example of just some of the things that I'm ranking for, all sorts of different search terms. I rank for budget app, budgeting app, every dollar, obviously, and how to use the every dollar app. So here's one of my subscribers. He shared this with me. He actually was able to follow these principles that I teach, and he was able to rank for RC cars, which is crazy. That's pretty broad and normally something that I wouldn't recommend because it's just, if you can see the monthly searches up there at the top in the search bar, it says 200,000 monthly searches for RC cars. Very, very high search volume, right? And he was able to rank this video, top 10 best RC cars 2020, with only 1,000 subscribers. How on earth was he able to do that? And it's because he was able to do the SEO work the right way. He did the work and it was able to make his video appear above these other videos. You can see these other videos here. Yeah, they have 7.5 million views, but it has 1.47 million subscribers. So it would make sense that this channel, RC, 3 exclamation points, has a lot of views because it just has a very loyal, fan base. So yes, even though there are other very well-established, well-trusted channels out there, you can still appear higher than those by doing SEO. So I believe that your videos can rank and they can get views if you do the SEO work. So if this is something that is blowing your mind and you didn't know about this, let me know in the chat. Say mind blown. And yeah, so with SEO, I believe that ranking search first is the best way for new channels to grow. You're building your foundation on search, you're going to be able to grow from there. All right. Let me know if I'm seeing a bunch of mind blowns in the chat. Yeah, it's amazing, the power of YouTube search. So let me take a quick drink and we're going to move on to our final secret for YouTube. This is why most YouTubers fail and how to avoid it. Okay. So now we know, yes, YouTube is possible. We've myth busted those myths. Now we know what the foundation is to build our YouTube channel to start from scratch. So now we just need to make sure that in our YouTube journey, we don't crash and burn. We don't get burnt out. So let me tell you the biggest trap that most YouTubers fall into. And this is the content hamster wheel. So when you're on YouTube, the very first thing you got to do is film your video. And then you edit your video and then you release your video. Woo! And you are happy. It probably took you a lot of time. It was your first video, but you did it, right? And then got to do it again. We're going to film our video. We're going to edit our video. We're going to release our video. Okay, I'm getting a little crazy. All right, and then we're going to do it again. And we're trying to get a little stressed. And you can see that by doing this over and over and over again, it's just like you're on a hamster wheel, just constantly spinning your wheels. So here are some signs that you're on the content hamster wheel with your YouTube channel. One, you're burnt out producing another piece of content. Like the idea that I have to sit down and make another video is just makes you want to curl up in a ball somewhere. Number two, you're running out of content ideas. You've made all the videos. I don't know what else to make a video on. Okay. Then you're probably on the content hamster wheel. Three, you're releasing content because you have to. You have your YouTube schedule. You've been told you have to be consistent, right? Whether that's true or not, that can lead to burnout. And lastly, you're not seeing growth. You're doing all the things, but you're not seeing growth. So do you feel that you are on the content hamster wheel? If so, type "get me off" in the chat. And specifically, let me know which one of these you are. Are you burnt out? Are you running out of ideas? Are you releasing content because you have to? Or are you just not seeing growth no matter what you do? Okay. All of these roads lead to one thing, right? Eventually, it just leads to quitting. You keep going, you go, and and then eventually you're done. No more, can't do it. Sayonara. Not worth it. This YouTube thing is just way too hard and you're done. Okay. We don't want that for you. So I'm going to teach you how you can get off. It's not that hard, just requires a plan. So having a content system gives you the structure and allows you to consistently produce YouTube videos without the stress, overwhelm, and burnout. So what is a content system? And this is what all the big YouTubers do. And so it's key to have this if you want to continue on your YouTube journey. So this is my content system. I call it the Morgan method. And there's just a few simple things that you have to do. You have to have a content calendar and plan. Okay. So you know what videos you're going to be releasing and when. You're not just going from video to video to video. You have a calendar that says, okay, on the 9th, we are releasing this video. On the 17th, releasing this video. And on this day, we're doing this video, right? And my content plan I never run out of video ideas because I have a system that allows me to perpetually come up with video ideas that are good and they're going to get views. I know exactly what to say in every single video. I record multiple videos in one sitting. So I'm not just shooting one video on Monday and then editing it. And then the next Monday I sit down and I record again. No, when I sit down, I'm recording multiple videos at once. Then I have a process so I can quickly edit videos, very streamlined. So I'm not wasting time because we know that uh, editing can take much longer than actually sitting down and filming the video. And if you believe that to be true and that's you, let me know in the chat. And then lastly, I upload and launch videos and they get views right away. I have an upload process, basically a checklist that I do even before I hit publish to ensure that the video is going to get views as soon as it's launched. Now, this is one of my clients. Her name is Brecken. She is a small business owner. And she said, working with Morgan was the best decision I made in 2020. She helped me grow my business in 3 months, significantly more than I could have done in a year. She knows all the tips and tricks and people that will get you where you want to go. And she holds you accountable. And this really goes to show the value and the importance of someone who's been there before and done this before as well. They know what works, what doesn't work, the pitfalls to avoid. Hey, there's a giant trap right here. Everyone falls into it. Don't do that. Instead, do this. And I just love how she said, I was able to achieve more in 3 months than she would have done on her own in a year. And my next question that I have for you is, would you like me to help you launch your YouTube channel and grow it with ease? And I can help you do that. There's really 2 ways that you can go from here, right? You can kind of stay confused. You can keep going down the path you have been going. Keep watching all the free YouTube videos and the content out there. This person might teach this system and this person teaches another system and this person teaches another system. And you're kind of cherry picking bits and pieces, not realizing that if you're cherry picking little pieces from everything, it's like you're trying to create a dinner, with, okay, I'm going to add some cereal. I'm going to add some spaghetti. I'm going to add some flour. It's not meant to work together because they're following different systems, right? But that's fine. You can keep doing that and keep going down that path, pushing forward, doing it yourself, and might be in the same place a year from now that you are today. Or you can follow a proven roadmap. Someone who's been there before, someone who has done this, someone who has results and has a history of success. And so that's where I want to invite you to VidBoss Academy. VidBoss Academy is my course. It's a proven step-by-step training that shows you exactly how to launch and grow a YouTube channel that gets views and subscribers so that way you can build an audience and establish yourself as the go-to expert. That really is one of the biggest things that I want to help you do, is help you become that go-to expert in your industry, whether you have a business or not. To do that, you have to have a channel that's successful. You have to have a channel that's getting views. And VidBoss Academy is going to show you step by step exactly what you need to do. So in the course, this is exactly everything that you're going to learn in VidBoss Academy. So I'm going to teach you how to nail down your channel topic. I'm going to help you create a stunning, optimized YouTube channel, one that really wows people when they come to your channel. I'm going to show you how to easily script videos that keep viewers' attention to the end, because that's actually a huge part of the algorithm. I'm going to teach you how to efficiently film videos like a pro, edit videos in hours instead of days, and then to launch videos that get views, subscribers, and customers into your business. Now, this is broken up into 7 modules. So it's very, very bite-sized. You can do this very, very easily. So module 1 is all about YouTube foundation. So I'm going to teach you, we were able to teach you how the algorithm works in this masterclass, but module 1 is that whole this masterclass on steroids. There's multiple lessons in every single module because I want to make sure that you are a YouTube expert and you truly understand how YouTube works before we even do anything with building a YouTube channel. Module 2, we're going to set up and optimize your channel. Module 3 is the video research strategy. This is that SEO portion that's going to teach you the step-by-step thing that you need to do to get your videos ranking in search. And notice, this is before you're even making a YouTube video. We do this before. I don't want you to make a YouTube video and then realize, oh, this is a video that no one wants. No, we're going to do the research ahead of time to validate and make sure, hey, this is a great video and it will get views even before you make it. Then we're going to script your videos in module 4. Module 5, I'm going to teach you to film like a pro. Module 6 is all about editing your videos for efficiency. I'm a mom of 3 kids. I have a 6-month-old baby. I do not have the time to be wasting editing videos. So I'm going to teach you my process that allows you to get in and out with editing. And lastly, probably one of the most important parts, publishing for views and conversions. Everything that you have to do to make sure your video is set up for success as soon as you hit publish. Now, if you were to buy each one of these individually, or you to work with me as one of my clients, my one-on-one clients, this would be a value of $1,997. But of course, I'm not going to sell that to you for that price. There's more that I'm going to offer as well. So one thing is you're getting, the 7 modules, and there's tons of other things that you get as well. There's 39 video lessons. There's 24 worksheets, PDF guides, swipe files, and templates. These are really important because in VidBoss Academy, this is a program where you do the work. So, you're going to go through a lesson, and then you're going to have a homework assignment, and you're going to sit there and you're going to work with the worksheet, and you're going to have to do the work, because you have to do the work to see the results. Okay. It's not just, hey, you're just going to sit, you're going to blow through the course in a few hours, and then you're done. This is, we're really going to refine who you are, who your channel is, who your subscriber is, and really hone in. So that way you are crystal clear on what your channel is going to be and what your videos are going to be. And every single one of those worksheets helps you get to that point. Now, I'm not also just going to have the course, but I have all these other bonuses that are going to help you along the way. So the first bonus is we have 7 weeks of live Q&A sessions with me inside of our private Facebook community. So every week for each one of the modules, you're going to be able to go and ask questions, and I can answer those questions directly with you, which is amazing, right? So as you're going through module 1, if you're still kind of stuck or you have a question, no worries. On the live Q&A, we're going to answer those questions for you. Now, I want to reiterate that I'm not special. Like I said, I did not go to broadcasting school. I don't have any special training or special equipment or anything. I just have a proven roadmap that I personally follow every single time that I create and launch a YouTube video. And I also do this for my clients, and it helps them get results. The proven roadmap is all you need to get there. Now, bonus number 2 is I have this bonus bag of expert trainings. So these are just the even more secret sauce to help you on your YouTube journey. So it's going to help. I have one on branding. I have one which is really cool about vocal exercises that you can do before you film your YouTube videos, from a voice coach and a singer, which is amazing because there have been many times that I have filmed a YouTube video and I'm supposed to batch 5 videos, and I kill my throat in the first video. And I don't want that for you. So these bonus bags, these are other trainings that relate to helping you on your YouTube channel, but they're just outside of the core curriculum. So really, really cool trainings right there. Now, if you're like, okay, I think this is for me, but I just want to be really assured this is going to be the program for me. So rest assured, I have the do the work guarantee. So like I said, this is a course where you need to do the work to see the results. And likewise, hey, if you're doing the work and you show me that you did the work, within 30 days of enrolling, you show me that and you say, hey, this isn't for me, I will gladly give you a refund. No questions asked. I want to make sure that this is the best fit for you. All right. So lastly, I have my 25 YouTube thumbnail templates. So I'm going to teach you how to create thumbnails that wow and thumbnails that get clicks and views. But sometimes you just want to do it. You just want someone to do it for you. And so I have you taken care of. That's why we have these templates that will apply to any niche, to any type of video, and you can just plug them in and get your thumbnails from there. All right. And then lastly, one more bonus for you because I just can't help myself. I have a 90-day TubeBuddy Legend license. Now, TubeBuddy is a tool that helps you do SEO research. I've been talking about, SEO research. You got to do the work. TubeBuddy is the way that you do that. It's a big part of the program. And I want to make sure that you have everything that you need to be successful in the program. So that's why I'm giving you this 90-day Legend license, which is pretty awesome. Now, all of these things, if you were to buy all of these individuals, if I'm going to sell you a bonus bag of trainings or the 25 YouTubes, if you're to buy those individually from me, this is a total value of over $5,000. But of course, I'm not going to offer it to you for that because I know that that's a lot, obviously. So this is the total value, but what I'm going to be selling it today is a one-time investment of $497. So one-time payment, and you have everything that you need to get started to grow on YouTube. Also, I know that money is tight for people and, can't do that all at once. So I do have a payment plan, $197, just 3 payments. So you pay one time today, 197. A month from now you'll pay another, and then you'll have your final payment 2 months from now. So lots of options for each one of you to join VidBoss Academy. You can go and sign up right now at vidbossacademy.com. The doors are open, and they are open for just a few more days. They actually close Thursday night at midnight. Now, one more thing before we get to the Q&A. Um, oops. Oh, so just to show you the process, so here you're going to go onto the sales page. You can pick whichever one of these works for you, and then you're going to fill in your information. I do have a special offer if you want to add on some private coaching sessions with me directly, so we can help accelerate your results even more. And then you're going to get a confirmation page, and then immediately you'll just go check your email, and your login details for VidBoss will be right there. And then you'll be able to just log into the course and off you go. All of the modules are available right now, which is great. And you can get started. So that's something that with this version of VidBoss, it's self-paced. So if you want to start today, you can start today. If you need to start in a few months, so you can purchase today and then start later, great. If you want to do one module a week, great, you can do that. In VidBoss, I do have different course schedules. So, hey, do you want to go through everything in 30 days? Here's everything you have to do. Do you want to go it in 60 days? Boom, I have a course curriculum schedule for you. So that's the great thing. So last time, 197, you can do 3 payments, just one-time payment or a one payment today, the rest a few months from now, or save a little money and do a one-time payment of $497. Now, just to reiterate, kind of the reasons that you may have been here on the masterclass is that you're feeling stuck, right? And I know I've been there. Your channel's not getting the views and subscribers despite trying everything, and you're not sure how to grow, right? Or you might feel tired. You've been just grinding away at YouTube forever and you don't know where to start, or you want more. You've just been doing other things on other platforms, and you know that YouTube is going to have the potential to bring more leads and customers into your business. And with that, I understand that you might have some doubts. You want to start a YouTube channel, but you don't know if you have a good enough idea for a YouTube channel. Don't worry, I've got you covered. In Module 1, we are going to be laying those YouTube foundations, but specifically, we're going to be building yourself as an authority. We're going to help you decide what is your channel topic, what your channel should be about, really hone in and make that crystal clear for you. So Module 1, even before you start making videos, there's a bunch of videos and exercises that are going to help you do that. Now, next question is, or the next doubt is, I don't have time to start a YouTube channel. And I also understand that. I'm a busy mom of 3. And that's why we have the course schedules right here that allow the curriculum to fit into your schedule. So whether you want to go through the 30-day schedule or 60-day schedule or your own schedule, right? Then this is available to help you do that. And then the very last one is, I'm not good on camera. And don't worry, as you go through the courses and go through the modules, it's going to build your confidence step by step to help you know exactly what you need to do, what you need to say, how you say it, how you film it. It's going to help. Basically, it's a confidence booster. It's going to have, instead of just starting from scratch and just not knowing what to say, you have the confidence because it's already pre-planned for you. All right. And lastly, this is a VidBoss student. Her name is Christine. She says, Morgan is such a fantastic instructor. We're all a bit mind blown with the materials and content she is providing. So that's someone who's been on the inside. Now, here you go, vidbossacademy.com. I would love to have you here. And before we do, so next step, let me know what questions you have about VidBoss, and then any other questions about YouTube. I'm opening up the Q&A portion of this. So let's first start with Elena. She says, do you think you could help a channel of a furniture-based painter in Europe? I ask because I know that US is a bit different from Europe. And yes, absolutely. So we have people in the course who are from different countries, different states, with where you're located. That's not necessarily, YouTube is still going to work the same, whether you're in whether you're in Europe, or whether you're in America, or whether you're in India or in Singapore or Bangladesh, right? The algorithm works the same. Now, typically the algorithm will be promoting your videos to other people in your country. So that's something to be pay attention to, which probably is good if you are wanting to target or your ideal customer is in Europe, right? Typically, that's how the algorithm works. For the most part, is you're first going to see people in your country, but not always. It is a worldwide platform. But yes, the principles of building a channel on YouTube will work for any country. Great question. All right, next up is Daniel. He says, how do I grow my gaming channel? Currently, I'm not streaming, but I'm actually uploading videos of the most popular game in my country in India. After sharing my videos with other gaming friends, I get around 200 to 300 views per video. How do I grow my subscribers on Instagram? So I'm not going to talk specifically on Instagram, or I think you may have meant YouTube. Um, Gaming is a different niche for sure. But the principles for an engaging video apply to a gaming channel, whether or a vlog or lifestyle channel. And the big thing is, how do you present the material in an engaging way that's going to keep views? Now, gaming, if you're like a live streamer, that's a little harder to do because you're going to be, you're just in the moment. You have to come up with the material, right? You're playing the game. And so the greatest live streamers and the greatest gaming channels are the ones that are able to entertain you along the way, tell a story along the way, and keep you entertained along the way. With YouTube, if people are dropping a minute or 30 seconds into your video, that's not great. And YouTube is not going to keep promoting your video. So I would just consider um, making sure that what you are saying in your videos, especially at the very beginning and throughout, is engaging. Having different ways to break up the narrative, to shift the perspective and the way people are what they are seeing on your screen. There's a really great example of a YouTuber named Small Ant. He has a gaming channel. He has about 1.5 million subscribers, and he will live stream on Twitch. And then he will take his best live streams and cut them up into a YouTube video that tells a story, like how I was able to beat Pokemon Emerald with only one Pokemon. Oh, okay. Tell me more. I'm interested in that, right? And so in the video that he uploads to YouTube, he's able to teach. He's you have this interesting hook, like, whoa, okay, can you beat it with one Pokemon? Let me see and find out. And then he's just kind of, the way that the video is edited and the story points that he includes makes you want to find out, and you want to stick around to the end because you want to see, is he able to do that? So that's what I would recommend for you is maybe you live stream on Twitch, and then your best live streams, you just take that footage and then chop it up and put it into an engaging video that people are going to want to search on YouTube. So, like, what is maybe the hardest, whatever the most popular game is, what is the hardest level? How to beat it? Tips and tricks to beat the hardest level, best character, things that people are going to be searching would be my best strategy. Oh, Forrest says, this has been outstanding, Morgan. Thank you so much. I'm not quitting this early. I swear. I just have to grab an Uber. Oh, no worries, Forrest. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. If you guys have any questions, be sure you can email me, hello@morganstradling.com. I'm here to help answer any questions that you have about VidBoss. Very, very excited to help you on your YouTube journey, of course. So a few other questions. Elena did say, okay, I paint furniture, so I have plenty of ideas, but I'm frustrated with low engagement. So that can be really, really frustrating, right? You're doing all of this work and no one's engaging, no one's watching. And so how do you do that? So I think the biggest thing, kind of what you're talking about, that other channel, is we need to structure your videos in a way that tell a story. If it's just a speed lapse of you painting furniture, that's fun, that's cool, right? But it kind of can get old time and time again. So what kind of narrative or story can we thread through that will keep people interested? Is there a way that you can paint the furniture and have a hook that you will reveal at the end, right? So that would be something that I would consider and to think about. And we do have in VidBoss teach you the way to create this and to do this. So that way, if you're doing that, then the engagement will come. But I think also with engagement is maybe your videos aren't finding the right audience. Maybe they're not optimized the right way for search. People probably are searching the things that you are doing. They just don't know they exist. And it might be because they're just not optimized. I have some videos that For some reason, I didn't optimize them back in the day. And so I went back and I optimized them, and almost immediately they started ranking in search. Like I have screenshots. I wish I would have included them, but I have screenshots of like literally 5 seconds later, they went from no views to boom, boom, boom. Like you on that live counter that the YouTube studio has, you can see like, oh, wow, 5 people viewed in the last 10 minutes, 10, 15, where before it was 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And the reason that works is because that's called re-indexing. This happens on, regular SEO or on just for YouTube. So anytime that you update the information on your channel or on your video, so let's say you update your title, you update your tags, you update your description, any new information that you're going to provide to YouTube, it's going to re-index, meaning it's going to say, oh, something is new. I'm going to check out to see what's new. So that way, maybe I need to rank it higher or rank it lower. So it's going to send the bot out. It's going to collect all the information, see what's new. And a lot of times, if you're like a lot of people, your description might say, "Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe." Well, for the YouTube bot, that doesn't tell them anything what your video is about. So then if you go and you update the description of your old videos and they're properly SEO optimized, then the bot's like, oh, this is about painting furniture. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to rank it for this, this, and this. And so that is the strategy that we teach in VidBoss. It works for new videos and it works for old videos. And that really is a huge untapped potential, especially if you already have videos on your channel, is to go back and to re-optimize your old videos. I have a client that I'm working one-on-one with right now, and he actually has said, as soon as I taught him the SEO process, he was like, I'm having a blast. I've done 40 videos this weekend, and it's once you know the rules of the game, you know how to play, right? So, all right, let's see what other questions there are. Now, I do have a few right here. Let me just pull these up. I'm just going to make this a little bigger. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to grab a quick drink. Keep your questions coming. I'll be doing Q&A for about 10 more minutes. All right. Okay. When do doors close? And when will this be offered again? Okay, so the doors for VidBoss Academy, they've been opened about a week and they close in 2 days. No, 1 day, tomorrow, Thursday at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I don't keep this course open all the time. And actually, the last time it was a lower price point, but I increased the price this time. So that's another thing. Every time that I have launched, I've increased the price. So if this is the price for you, you might as well get in at this price. And I'm probably not going to open the doors until the fall or the fall. I'm thinking probably quarter 4. October, November, December, somewhere around then, right before the new year, people wanting to get those New Year's resolutions and do their YouTube channels. That's when I'm going to offer VidBoss Academy again. So one great thing is that you're able to purchase VidBoss now, and you can do it anytime. You do have lifetime access, which is amazing. So even if you can't do it right away, you need a month or two, maybe school starting up and it's just not the right time, just lock in right now and then you can keep going. Now, this is more of a hobby and not a business. Is VidBoss Academy only for businesses? So no, I have 2 different people that I created VidBoss Academy for. So the first one are business owners, like small business owners who want to use the power of YouTube to get more leads into their business. And then the other one is content creators who want to start on YouTube and grow on YouTube. You may not have a business, but there's the potential to turn your YouTube into a business to make income other ways using your YouTube channel. So those are the 2 people that VidBoss Academy is designed for and will be successful for either of those groups. Absolutely. So even if this is just a hobby for you, why wouldn't you want your hobby to be successful? I see that a lot where people are like, oh, it's just a hobby YouTube channel. It's like, well, that doesn't mean you don't have to be successful. There are lots of YouTubers actually who they're incredibly successful and they're they still have a full-time job. There's a girl, her name's Shay Whitney. She has over 1 million subscribers. She has a channel where she does fashion inspiration and trends, and she's really funny and relatable. And up until this past year, she still worked her corporate job. She had over 1 million subscribers, and she was like, I like my job. I like doing corporate. It's my thing. YouTube is my YouTube thing that I do on the side, right? So, but that's an example of, hey, it can still be a hobby and it can be incredibly successful hobby. Now she did actually go full time to her business, to her YouTube channel, because she saw how much potential there was there. But yes, if you have a hobby, example with Elena, furniture painting, that may be your business or that may be a hobby. But if you're going to be spending all this time on YouTube, why don't do it the right way and make sure that people are seeing these videos and seeing all the hard work that you're doing? I'm in the lifestyle niche of YouTube. Do you think it would be hard for videos to rank because I'm not really creating searchable content? Great idea or question. So, lifestyle channels absolutely can still be successful in search. A lot of lifestyle channels actually do this the hard way. And we all have those lifestyle channels that we know and love, and they do have tons of subscribers and viewers, but a lot of times they're going the hard way because they're trying to be pushed in first in the algorithm, the browse features, and they're not focusing on search at all. And so for the first year or 2 years or 3 years, they're just chugging along, building their videos. And then finally, one of them takes off, right? And so you put all this work for a lot of years and you weren't seeing hardly any results. Yes, the YouTube algorithm finally picked you up, which is what we all want. And there's things we can do to try to increase those chances of that happening, but it's not a guarantee, right? But how much better would it be if you were actually creating content and optimizing for search, getting a steady amount of views that way first, while also getting views, while also getting subscribers? And then a cherry on top is, hey, you're probably going to be picked up by the algorithm faster, sooner. Than just grinding away for a few years. So lifestyle channels absolutely can be successful. And I think that's where a lot of lifestyle channels really miss a big opportunity is, hey, yes, I'm doing a target haul, but why don't I do a very searchable target haul? That is something that people search, but let's find something that I can rank for and modify that. It's still lifestyle. It's still me. It's still true to my content, but it's also having the advantage of being picked up in search. Okay. Next question is the Everything Studio, how to find unique video ideas. I think that was that was the name of the account, the Everything Studio. How do you find unique video ideas? There are lots of ways that you can find unique video ideas. The easiest is you can just ask your audience. Even if you have a very small audience, you can just go to them and say, "Hey, what do you want to know?" Now, that may or may not be unique. Another thing that you can do is you can go to your competitors' comment sections, especially if they're really big. A lot of times when you start growing, it becomes really hard to manage all of the YouTube comments. And so they just stop responding to comments, which I totally get. And so you can use that as an opportunity. Go into the comment section and say, hey, people are asking these questions right here. I should make a video on that because they literally are asking, can you make a video on this? As far as unique, that's I would, in VidBoss Academy, we teach you how to find and do research to make sure that your videos are going to be found, right? And so those can be unique because a lot of times they initially you have to, like that one example we used of RC cars. RC cars is very, very broad, very, very competitive typically. And so we're going to try to go a few layers deeper, like best RC cars for Christmas gifts. That's a very unique idea that's very specific that probably has a decent amount of search volume, especially with Christmas coming up. So you want to get and make that video ahead of time to kind of capitalize on that traffic before it happens. All right. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Elena says, I'm in a full-time job and the furniture thing is also my hobby. Cool. I'll have to check this out. Okay. Yes. And so I will have to check out this and the one-on-one coaching. I need your expertise. So that's one thing that's really cool. So that in the cart, when you're purchasing, I have here, let me go back where you can purchase let's see. Oh, yeah, way back here. the one-on-one coaching with me. So this is where you can get 3 45-minute sessions to use with me at any time during your program. So yes, you are going to have the 7 weeks of Q&A. You are going to have the curriculum that you can go through. But if you have direct specific questions, that's where this one-on-one coaching offer is available, because we can fine tune even more. Like, yes, there is the private Facebook community. You can ask your questions there. You're going to get a lot of support even if you don't take up this offer. But if you want to work with me directly, this is just another way that we can make that happen. And it's at a much cheaper cost than if you were to buy this directly from me right now. I do have clients that I've mentioned VidBoss and I said, hey, everything that we're doing, you can get in VidBoss. And they're like, no, I just want to do one-on-one, and they pay a lot more because it's just this dedicated time. So normally for 3 45-minute sessions, you'd be paying around $600. With this, you're getting it for half that price. So really, really cool to take advantage of that. Okay. Ecotherapy says, hello. If I have 1,000 fake subscribers, is my channel dead? Do I have to make a new channel, or do I have a chance with this one if my subscribers are not watching my videos? Yes, this is something that a lot of new YouTubers fall into the trap of, which is the sub for sub or buying subscribers. And the problem with this is what sub for sub is, for those who don't know. Sub for sub is where you go to, like, there's Facebook groups or there's like people in the comment section of YouTube who are like, sub for me. If you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you. And it's a really, really bad strategy, because what ends up happening is they'll subscribe to your channel and you subscribe to theirs, but you're not invested in their channel. You don't care about their channel. You're never going to watch their videos. And so now you have this inflated number. Let's say, like this example, you have 1,000 subscribers, but they're dead. Like, they're never going to watch your videos, especially if you paid a bot. They're just like bot accounts. Like, they're not real people. They're never going to watch your video, right? So then when you release a new video, YouTube's going to say, okay, great, this person has 1,000 subscribers, and then 0 or 1, person ends up watching the video. It's going to say, the engagement rate for this channel is really bad. So this must not be a great channel. So I'm just not going to recommend this channel, because clearly the people who subscribe don't even care about it. And it stinks, right? So if you have some of these fake subscribers or dead subscribers, is my channel dead? So you can go 2 ways, right? You say, can I make a new channel, or do I have a chance with this one? Now, if your channel's still very, very small, then I would continue with this channel. It depends. Like, if you have tons of videos on this channel and there's a lot invested here, then I would keep going. If it's relatively new and you don't really have that many subscribers, it's pretty new, you could just delete everything, download all of the videos and re-upload them to the new channel and just start fresh. You probably more likely would grow at a faster rate with that, because you'd be starting from scratch. But again, you would be starting from scratch, but you're kind of starting from scratch either way. And at the end of the day, as you're growing, 1,000 dead subscribers really aren't going to mean that much in the grand scheme of things, especially once you get to 10,000, 20,000, 100,000.